Good morning and welcome back into another weekly segment of Talks with RJ. This morning we are thrilled to be joined by a young man who's a senior, rising senior at Childersburg High School, does a lot of things academically, athletically, but he's also just a great young man. That's one of the good things about Talks with RJ. Each and every week we try to highlight people who are successful in the community, whether it's business owners, doctors, student athletes. And this morning we are thrilled to be joined and talking to none other than Cody Estelle.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Good morning, man. How's everything going? How you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. Just blessed to be here. Thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, man, anytime. So I was doing a little research and I noticed that you a three-sport athlete. So you play football, basketball, and baseball. How do you manage all those responsibilities and how do you manage all the different sports that you play at Childersburg High School?
Well, at Childersburg High School, you just got to take everything one day at a time. One day I might be doing football work, and like during the summer we had basketball play dates in June. Now I'm flipped over to football. So you just gotta stay locked in. Just keep everything on a level space, and just keep your head level and just keep everything right.
And that can be a lot because you're trying to manage school and you're trying to manage three sports. And talk about how's the summer been going so far. So y'all got workouts right now. What are you preparing for? What's the goals looking like this year?
Well, the goal is to get this team to playoffs. I want to lead the program better than what I found it. But this summer, we had an OTA with Sylacauga yesterday. Had some ups and downs, but that's the first time we had our team there, like everybody, because, we've been off of basketball. But I saw a lot of positive, some negative, but it's things that we can build off of and just maintain the same energy going into the summer.
And a lot of people really don't realize the summer is really a time to get better.
Yes.
For regular students, it's probably a time to have fun, you know what I'm saying, be with your friends, but really for student athletes, that's the time to really grind and really focus. But let me shift to something real quick because I saw earlier this month, you were featured in a Daily Home article. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was that you've been a starter and you've been a leader since like the freshman year. Can you talk about the impact that has made and what made you step into a young leader as such a young role and such a young age that you were?
Well, coming into my freshman year, our center had graduated, and I knew that all my peers around me believed in me. I knew that Coach Johnson and my offensive coordinator at the time, Brantley Carr, believed in me, and I just saw opportunity and I just took it and ran with it. That's the thing. They teach us in life. Compete for your spot. If you want to go do something, you got to go compete for it. And I just really wanted the opportunity to go play and show people what I can do.
You most definitely mentioned something that was important, opportunity. Sometimes people that have the opportunity have that chance, but sometimes they freeze up and they don't take advantage of the moment. But in your case, you took advantage of the moment and opportunity. But you mentioned something earlier. You mentioned something about getting to the playoffs or getting to that next level in football. Well, it takes a lot to do that. So in your case, what will it take for this Childersburg High School and this team in particular to get to the playoffs?
Well, we're installing a new defense, installing some new things on offense. So we just got to be really disciplined in what we do. Just got to fly to the football, we got to be physical on both sides of the football, but overall, we just got to have fun and just be free and play.
And that physical and that physicality start this summer working out and grinding each and every day.
Everything starts in the weight room.
And also, you guys just had a recently new coach, Matt Zedeker. Everybody probably know him in the community. He coached at Sylacauga, was at Lincoln last year, and now he's making his debut at Childersburg High School. So can you talk about what have you saw from him, what his vision is, and how can he impact this team in a positive way that can get this Childersburg football team back on track?
Well, Coach Zedeker, he's a great coach. He brings a new life and intensity to the team, but he let us know from day one that everything is going to start in that weight room. Every day we're in there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during the summer. Right now we'll have the next week off and then we're back on Monday, just kind of getting back in the flow of things. But he's letting us know, we got to have intensity, we got to have energy and just have a purpose of what we do.
So let's get back on the academic side. You attend Upward Bound in Childersburg.
Yes, I am a part of Upward Bound. Upward Bound is a program for first and second generation college students. I would be a second generation. My mom graduated from Virginia College in Birmingham.
How has Upward Bound impacted you? Because I know for me, it was really an eye-opener experience. They have tutors, they have people to help you with your work, and it's really a great support system. So can you talk about the impact that they have had for you and the impact that you have that you want to leave on when you get done when you get done with high school?
Well, Upward Bound for me, the college tours and things like that, they actually helped me find like my top two colleges, Alabama State and Jacksonville State. Just kind of put me out there, just we're getting ready academically, like FAFSA and all of that stuff, because it's something that you got to have when you go to college and things like that. And it's just something to learn from. It's the people that make the program, man. I met many people, made many friends through that program.
Now, I know with me, for Talks with RJ, we're joined by Cody Camden Cody Esdale, but everybody know him as Cody. I know with me, like for Talks with RJ, one of the things I value is doing my research on my guests. So I was like, man, what can I really talk about with this guy? So I found out in my research, you're a host of like Tiger Talk and you're like the editor. What is that composed of, and what made you want to get into that?
Well, Tiger Talk is our student newscast that we do. We drop a new video every Monday. You can go subscribe at Tiger Talk CHS. But it's just to get the student body more involved in things that we like to do. So we'll do fun interviews with teachers, students, even guests that come to the school, just really showcasing what we do at Childersburg as a family and things like that.
So, 3-sport athlete, football. You hit on football a little bit.
A little bit.
You a basketball guy now? Yeah. Basketball? Okay. Well,
yeah.
Talk about how the experience been in basketball, and talk about what could you learn from the play dates and how the play dates go for you guys this summer. And for those who don't know what play dates is, basically a thing where summer or high schools come together and have different competitions. They travel, and it's basically things to get people better. So can you talk about the experience you guys had with play dates?
Well, the summer was very big for us this year. We found out a lot that we can do and what we can't do. Just kind of helping our weak spots and things that see who can go play for us. But the things that I can learn from basketball is just in sports in general, that sports is more than just a game. It's more of life, Basketball, like a bad position, it's almost like a bad day at work or something like that. It's something that way. So I just I'm always sitting back and just learning, see what I can always learn, and just look to see what, like, hey, I can take this in life and apply it here.
So Cody, you talk about baseball. You play third base and you pitch a little bit. What inspired you to play baseball? How long have you been doing that? And that's something you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I've been playing baseball all my life. My granddad helped me find a love for the sport, but I got my family, my cousins Brian Willer and Zealous Willer.
Some legends.
Yeah, so they kind of laid the foundation for me to go play and things of that nature. So I was like, I just saw, I got to go play, make the family proud.
Talking with Cody Esdale here on Talks with RJ, and we're going to get to wrap this interview soon, but I have a few more questions that I want to ask you if you don't mind talking about them. So one of the questions is, we all value family and talk about family. You have your mom, Amber Willer, you have your grandparents, have people in the church and the community that support you. So can you talk about your support system and how strong that is and how valuable that is to you and how important that is, and how does it keep you going and how does it push you each and every day to strive to be what you want to be?
I have a great support system at home. My mom, grandparents, uncles, family, but the Odina community is so big for me. I know that if anytime that I need help with anything, I know that I can find someone in the Odina community to help me with anything as far as athletics, schoolwork, just learning little things about cars and things like that as well. But my support system is great.
Well, you've been a great example in the community, and that's one thing about my show. I want to highlight everybody in the community who done great things, but anybody who know me know I have a passion for young people, and you're doing a great job in the community as well. And you take pictures as well. So can you talk about what led to that and why you take pictures and how people can contact you for more events if they want to schedule for different pictures?
So the way that I started taking pictures is actually really funny. My friend Trenton Garrett go to Winterboro High School,
Dogs.
But basketball games and things like that, JV football games, I would always be with him whenever Winterboro would come to town, and we would go up there. And, he had started handing me a camera, and, I became really good at it. It's something that I found a passion for. And then through school, I started taking pictures that way. But eventually I was like, I can start doing this on my own, make a little bit of money off of it because, I'm trying to save up to go to college and things like that. So it's really fun. And if you want any pictures, you can email me at heavyphotography@gmail.com.
So as we get ready to wrap up, I know you mentioned your academics, mentioned athletics, and you also mentioned you take pictures and everything as a whole. So are there any plans that you have post-graduation or anything that you plan on doing? Because I know you want to go to college, but what do you want to major in? What do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? What is that driving factor that's going to lead you to your next destination after you graduate high school?
Well, my coaches are a big inspiration. I actually want to go into coaching and education myself. I don't know the exact major yet, but it's something that I have a passion for. Sometimes I'll be in my room just watching film, just like, hey, what can we run for this to be open and things of that nature. So it's just all something that you got to have a passion for. At the end of the day, I just want to be happy in what I do.
That's right. You heard it here with Cody Estelle. He said he just want to have a passion for what he do, and he just want to be happy. And that will wrap up the weekly segment of Talks with RJ. And Cody, thanks for joining us again.
All right, thanks for having me.
And stay tuned for more Daybreak.